All right, welcome everyone. I'm so excited. I have a special guest, Judith Joy, here with me. Judith, if you would love to introduce yourself to everyone here on Teach.Travel.Talk.
Sure, I'd love to. Thank you for having me. My name is Judith Joy, and I'm an author, a speaker, a coach, a teacher, and a healer. And way back when, my dad believed in the power of positive thinking, and I grew up around this. In fact, my first adult book that I read was one of his books, and I was so proud of myself that I read every word of this adult book. I had no idea what it said, but I finished it. Well, fast forward a whole bunch of years, and I was getting headaches, and I found my way to a doctor, and she said, there's this guy in the back room, and he's tapping on heads, and I don't know what he's doing, but people are getting better. And I said, I'm in. So that man is a naturopathic physician, and I have been working with him for 22 years. And we've moved from doctor-patient to mentor and colleagues. And it's just been a wonderful journey. And we've both learned so much. And it's all about the heart-mind connection. And when you have this connection, it really works. If you have only a thought, it's not really backed up by anything. But when you have a feeling, then that's the backup. So if you have, let's say, a thought going left and your feelings going right, then your body is going, I'm sort of confused here. Universe, tell me what to do. And the universe steps in and says, follow the feeling. And that's what you do. And it's a very unconscious level. And so if you really want to change something in your life, change your feelings about the thoughts. You can change your thoughts all you want, but if you don't change the feelings, it's not going to work as well.
I love, because even, you saying that you went to this doctor, that just kind of shows like a lot of people wouldn't even take the time to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to give this a shot. Their, thought would be, oh no, this isn't the normal. I'm running.
Well, I have already tried the normal.
Yes.
I went to Mayo Clinic and they said, you have headaches, take Excedrin. I went to a headache clinic and they said, here, have some drugs. I even went to a hospital in Indiana and they said, put your husband before yourself. I'm like, I am out of here.
That's going to help your headaches.
Yeah. So I jumped over to the alternative side, the acupuncture, the chiropractor, and, all of that. And at the time, it was way out there. And, energy healing was way out there. Now it's becoming a little bit more mainstream.
I agree with that. I totally agree. Do you, because I know that a lot of people kind of don't have that influence. Like you said, your dad was a huge positive thinker, which is amazing. Do you feel like that really propelled you into what you are doing now?
On some level, yeah. Because it's so funny when he reads my writings. He was like, well, I agree with you, but I don't get it.
Like, and that's how I felt the first time I read your book.
Well, I give all of these principles that you can use, and I give you some tools and techniques of how to get there. And they're not the normal ones. You can do the normal ones of meditation and, journaling. But then you've got like magic doors and you're in a game show and you've got 100 magic doors, and which door has the feeling that you're actually going for? And he was like, whoa, that one and that one and that one. what you're doing is you're pulling out a quantum space,
Mm-hmm.
all of the points that match the experience that you would like to have. And so you're putting your focus on the experience that you would like to have.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, you're telling the universe, I'll take one of those, and I'll take one of those, and I'll take one of those.
Yes, yes, I love that. I know that you said you do like law of attraction and everything. So I also do life coaching, and law of attraction is one of my biggest things. And I know, something that I try to explain to people, and maybe you have the same feeling, is we typically, when we're thinking about what we want, we have this expectation of how something should be. And when it kind of comes to us in a different form, we end up rejecting it because it's not our picture perfect idea thing. But like you said, with all those doors, it's that feeling. Well, the universe is giving you what you asked for. It might not be exactly, what you imagined, but it's still the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem that a lot of people have is they're like, I want whatever it is they want,
Mm-hmm.
but they have a feeling about that want.
Mm-hmm.
And that feeling is what you're actually attracting in.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you have a feeling of, yay, rah, then you're going to attract it in. And
Mm-hmm.
if you have a feeling of, oh, I don't want that, that's also what you're going to attract in, things that you don't want.
Yes, yes. That I will say has been one hard thing to get people to understand. Like, one, you have to be impeccable with your word, because if you're complaining all the time, or if are constantly creating conflict or drama, the universe thinks that's what you want. So it's going to create more and more and more of that for you. And I know that, starting my journey through, it was like, oh my, I have to be aware of my words and my thoughts and all of this. What?
That is so much work.
Yes. Yes. And we're constantly still doing it. I know that I've never stopped having to be aware of myself, and I catch myself all the time. I'm like, oh, Megan, you just complained. Okay, let's reverse that. Let's take it back.
But it's also important to give yourself the space to experience. Life is about coming here to experience.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're complaining about something, complain. I mean,
Okay.
give yourself permission to feel it,
Mm-hmm.
and know that you don't have to stay stuck in it.
Yes. Oh, yes.
That's
Thank
where
you
it's
for
at.
saying that.
I mean, I just finished out a week that, if I were to go on all of the social media and go, hey, life is wonderful. Yeah, this week wasn't it. But looking at the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
each day I felt better. I was holding out this, I'm going to feel great. And this is what it feels like. And nope, today's not it, but I'm moving in that direction. And then the next day was a little better. And I'm moving in that direction. And the next day was a little better. And then I was like, oh, well, my sister's a life coach. Let me call her, see if she can move me through.
Mm-hmm.
And let me call this person. And let me go take a walk. And I'm going to meditate, and I'm going to journal, and all these things, because I know the tools.
Mm.
And each day feels better and better.
Yeah. Oh, you spoke to me. I also, the last, I think it was like 3 weeks ago, I had the same thing. And I had that same like awakening. I was like, no, Megan, hold space for yourself. It's okay to feel this way, but feel it, and let it move on. And, even for that, it was like, okay, but Megan, keep doing your self-care. This is when you need self-care the most. Like, get yourself doing at least one thing a day for yourself. Like you said, going for a walk, talking to someone, getting it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
I'm
just keeps
very
reminding.
lucky that my daughter is an intuitive.
Mm.
I have 4 kids. The third one is so sensitive that when she was 3 years old, she was asking if her dad and I were getting divorced. I didn't even know she knew what it meant. But she would ask every year, and every year we'd say, no, we're fine. What are you talking about? Well, by the time she got to 14, we were like, oh yeah, we're getting divorced. So she'd been super intuitive this whole time. But because we kept telling her, no, 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 you're wrong, she got very angry. So super sensitive, angry, depressed, all of that. She goes through some treatments, and then she hits 21 and she goes, you know what? All this stuff isn't working. I've tried the pharmaceuticals. I have tried treatment. I've tried therapy. I've tried. Teach me what you do. And I went, oh, I feel so good, so honored. My kid wants something from me, wants me. So we started weekly lunches. And the first thing I taught her was about gratitude. And she literally changed her life with gratitude. And she's one of the happiest people I know. She's so good. And then when I was going through this really tough week, we sat down on Monday pretty much all day and just, well, let's look at this program and let's work through this and let's do that. And then she's very hands-on also with healing. And so she's like, well, let me touch you here and let me touch you there. And I need another hand, put your hand over here, and whatever it was. And so it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. So even in the experience of, I feel like, yuck, I could recognize that it was wonderful.
Yes. Yeah. I want that so bad sometimes with my family, and I've learned to back off. I'm like, you know what? They're going to come at their own time.
Yeah. Well, she
And
had to wait till
help.
she was 21. It's sort of like when you coach, you don't answer a question that hasn't been asked. And so sometimes coaching is waiting for them to ask the question. And just they're talking. And I'm like, yeah, I got something to say on this.
Yes, I'm learning that within myself, because I know that I'm the person that I just want to like give, but I'm like, but then no one's receiving it because no one has asked me for it. So I've learned to kind of start doing that, where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit back here, and if you want my help, if you want my guidance or anything, you will ask me for it, and I will gladly, lovingly give it to you. And especially with my family, I kind of had to start backing up a little bit and be like, okay, I really want to help them. However, Megan, they have not asked for your help. Sometimes they do, but other times you have to just be the daughter, the grandkid, the niece, the nephew, like just be that. Okay.
It's so true. So true.
It's hard though, especially I feel like you can understand this because, we have similar professions. It's like that you do want to constantly give to people and offer your assistance, because we do have so much up here that can help people, and you see them going through these cycles, and it's like, oh, but only if I could teach you just one little thing, it would help you get through this transition period and everything. Yeah.
Have you found that as you've done coaching, that your intuition has gotten stronger?
I have always had a very strong intuition. So I'm an empath as well. So, and I've always allowed myself to kind of see my empath self, which has helped me with my intuition. And I feel like for me, I've always kept my child side alive in me.
Oh, nice.
Which has helped me be very in tune with my intuition. So yeah, and of course, feeling other people's feelings and everything, it's like, it's a lot. And, for me, I've learned to shield up and be like, okay, it's not mine. It's not mine.
Have you learned how to return the feelings?
No, no, not yet. I think
Okay.
in my head, I think I know how, but probably not.
Okay. Let's do this one.
Okay. Okay. I'm down.
We're got feelings coming in all the time.
Mhm.
And you know that because when you walk into a room and someone has been arguing, even if they're not currently arguing, you can still feel it.
Mhm.
When you've got a lot of fear,
Mhm.
like during the pandemic, there was a lot of fear on everybody's part.
Mhm.
And people who are sensitive to it feel it a lot. And it takes effort to go, oh, shields up, shields up, shields up, shields up, ground, and whatever.
Mhm.
And then every once in a while, a lot of times, things soak through. And
Mhm.
all of a sudden, your shield has holes in it. So, one of the things that you can do is go, is this my feeling?
Mhm.
And if you didn't intentionally put it there, it's probably not yours.
No, I have learned that trick.
Okay.
And I did it recently. It was like a few months ago. I was living with a family member and I would be so happy. And then all of a sudden, like I would just and I'm like, but nothing happened. So I'd sit and meditate and be like, is this mine? Is this mine? And it'd be like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. Let me let it go.
Okay. Now, letting it go is one way.
Okay.
Another way is to return it to the sender, like pull it out of you,
Okay.
return it wherever it goes, return it to whoever sent it out. And you could even return it to the original person that it came from.
Mm-hmm.
So if your mom yells at you, but she was angry because your dad yelled at her, and he was angry because his boss said something mean to him, and the boss was angry because his teenager woke up in a bad mood, you returning it to sender could mean you're returning it to the teenager
Got it. Okay.
who
Okay.
might be an empath who picked it up from somebody else who might, it keeps going down the line. It doesn't mean you're dumping it on your mom,
Mm-hmm.
because we don't want to hurt the people that are close to us.
Yeah.
And, a lot of us don't even want to hurt other people,
Yes.
but it's their feeling to deal with. It's not your feeling.
Yes. Yes.
And you don't have to carry the feelings for the world.
I know. And for a long time, I felt I did. So this was doing a lot of work on myself. I was like, okay, no, we're gonna go down a different route because this was not working for you.
Yeah.
Um, so even that, like, I guess you kind of said like how I would send good, can I send good feelings as well? Do you know how to,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
If, like when I'm working with, I'm all these high vibes and I'm feeling great and feeling great. And then my husband comes and he's negative about something, like he watched something on the news, that's his soap opera. But what I do is I imagine that I'm sending love. So first off, I have to fill up with love because I can't give what I don't have. So I'm sending him love and I'm creating this space of love. And I sort of imagine him in this big bubble of love. And then I create this space and then I let it go. It's up to him if he wants to tap into the space.
Oh, I love that.
I'm not treating him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving him the energy to use if he wants it. I'm giving him the space of what will make him feel better.
Okay. Okay.
Think of it as offering a gift.
Mm-hmm.
If I give you a gift, it's up to you if you want to accept it. It's up to you if you want to open it.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you if you want to keep it. It's up to you if you want to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all your choices.
Mhm.
My choice was to offer it.
So if like we're doing that work, would you tell the other person or would you just kind of let them intuitively do their inner work?
Well, with my husband, it'll come out eventually, but he knows I do it. But but with other people, no,
Okay.
I don't have to tell them. But then people can call me and say, "Hey, send me some." You know, when I do my healing work,
Mhm.
a lot of what I do is I send out this love. And then the body will use it however the body wants to use it.
Yes.
It's not that, oh, you have something on your right shoulder, therefore I'm going to play in your right shoulder.
Mhm.
I'm going to send your body love. And then if your body goes, okay, next up is your knee, then it goes to your knee.
Mhm.
Now, I can play with the energy all I want. I can take your lungs out, look at them and go, oh, there's a hole there. Well, let's fill up that hole. But what are you filling it with?
Yes.
I'm filling it with love. I'm giving the body love. And then I'm giving it back to you. You can do what you want with it.
And I know that you said this kind of, I think before we started recording, but you know how you're into frequency work, um, and just with that, you know, love is the highest frequency that we can give and receive and fill ourselves up with. So it's super important for us to vibrate with love. So I love that you touched on that because, um, you know, even that, like filling yourself up with love. I know that, you know, when I'm feeling a lot of dis-ease maybe within my body and stuff, I know that it's because I haven't loved myself. I haven't filled myself up with love and I'm allowing some negative frequency to creep into my body and allow it to take up space within me.
How about instead of calling it a negative frequency,
Okay, yes.
a lower frequency?
Ooh, okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Lower
You know, they're
frequency.
all good frequencies.
True.
Some
Yes.
feel better than another.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
Okay, here's a story. When in 2019,
Mhm.
I was complaining about my husband, just, you know, little things, whatever, just part of a relationship.
Yes.
But I didn't stop. And after 3 weeks of complaining, I got this horrendous cold. I had actually lowered my vibration to the level where a cold was a match for how I was feeling. And as soon as I got the cold, I was like, oh my God, I know exactly what I did. Stop the complaining immediately, which, by the way, is easier than you think. And then you start turning it around and start doing gratitude.
Mhm.
And then the cold, you know, took its time and got better. But I realized how important it was to be the vibration that you want to be. And that if you change that, there's, you know, things that are going to happen if you go up or down. If you have, you're vibrating at this level, we're on video too, right?
I can put it on video. Yeah,
Okay. Well, for the people who are listening,
yeah.
imagine putting your left hand as a tabletop and your right hand as a tabletop, and they're touching. And the tabletops come together because you're vibrating at the same level. Well, your left hand table moves up when you move your vibration up. So you're no longer touching. The person on the right hand, so the vibration from the right hand, has a choice. So the right hand is a person, and they have the choice to raise their vibration and join you. They have the choice to create drama trauma, which is a lot of what's happening in the world, and they have the choice to leave. And this is where you have people all of a sudden you're like, I haven't talked to so-and-so in a long time. I wonder how she's doing. Well, the vibration changed. You also have a choice, or many choices. You can continue to raise your vibration. You can stay at the higher vibe, or you can choose to go down to your old vibration. And this is how people come in and out of your life, because you've got vibration matches. This is how experiences come in and out. When you change your vibration, you're changing what shows up.
I love that. Yes, 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 yes. Can we also touch on just something I feel is super important? Like when you said, right, so you were complaining for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you got a cold, and then that had to run its course. So I think some people, they think that, oh, I only have to be at this high vibration and things will kind of move quickly. But it took a long time for that lower vibration to sink in and start having effects on you. So it's not going to take like a day for it to return back to normal. It's that consistency, and it's going to run its course the way that it needs to run its course.
Yes and no.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Teach me away.
If all I had been doing all day is complaining, it would have happened a lot faster.
Okay.
But because a lot of the day I was high vibe and I would just dip down to complain, and then I'd go back to high vibe, and then I'd dip down and go,
okay.
I could write it out for the 3 weeks.
Okay.
Having the point of view that, oh my gosh, this is so funny, probably helped the cold leave faster. It also gave me permission to be how I was. And it gave me permission to be grateful.
Yes.
Not that you need permission from anybody else, but sometimes we don't give ourselves permission.
Yes, definitely. So in that too, so if someone was constantly complaining every day, then obviously then things are going to be a little more, I guess, dramatic. I don't know what word I would say.
What you focus on is what you get. So if you're focusing on everything being negative, then the universe says, oh, she wants things that are negative. Here's an experience that matches that. Here's another experience that matches it. Here's another experience that matches it. However, if you're focusing on the gratitude and things that are working for you and things that bring you joy and all of the wonderful things in the world, then the universe says, oh, she's looking for something different. Let's give her those experiences.
Yes.
And you know what is the only common denominator? You.
Yep.
You get to choose which you focus on. You get to choose where you would like your perspective to go. Just like when we were talking before about your mom yelling at you, and you trace it all the way back. Well, your mom was just reacting to something else. And if you can open your possibilities to what else is possible. Oh, she's stressed right now. Yes. What else is possible? Maybe she's hungry. Maybe I forgot to pick up my socks, and left my shoes in the middle of the family room, and she's only told me 1,000,000 times, but I needed that 1,000,001.
Yes.
But there's always something else. And you can actually change your reality by changing your thinking and changing your feelings. The higher your vibration, the easier it is to do, and the more ease you have in your life. My girlfriend's house burned down, And when I called her, the first time I heard about it, I was like, oh. And she goes, you know what's really great? I'm like, what? My ex-husband has been asking me for things and now I don't have it and I can't give it to him. I'm like, oh God, I can so tell that we've worked together before.
That's a good one. I was about to say, oh, because I get to start new, like start fresh, but
Yeah,
no, that
she
works.
did that too. But then I went out shopping with her and
Mhm.
she happens to like secondhand clothes.
Okay.
So we went to a store, have this whole pile of clothes that she's getting. And the guy says, well, this pile over here is 20% off. And this pile over here is full price. You know, like full price is $6 for a
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't know that she was doing it and she didn't know I was doing it. She kept in her mind going, change, 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 change. I kept asking, how does it get better than this? How does it get better than this? How does it get better than this? We were not saying it out loud. Both of
Mhm.
us, because we were high vibe, blasting this guy with energy. And he pauses, he looks, scratches his head. And then he's like, I'm just going to give you 20% off the whole thing. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, yes. That brings me like to, because I travel a lot. Um, and some questions I get is like, you know, but how do you have like these amazing times and all this stuff? I'm like, because I attract that. Like, you know, this world isn't as bad as we think it is. But again, if we're focusing, like you said, on news, like your husband does, and what they tell us, what the government tells us about other countries, yeah, we have a very, negative kind of outlook on them. But for me, it's like, no, I don't want to have that outlook because I've never been there. So I'm going to bring this love to it, this, different aspect. And yeah, it's been amazing traveling because then I've received so much. And of course, just like you said, I'm always grateful. Before I go to bed, I say so many things I'm grateful for. And that's one of them. And I know that with traveling and stuff, I just make it happen. I don't have this worry about like, okay, where am I going next? How am I going to get money? How am I going to get food? I tell the universe what I need, and it always provides me with a way.
Now that works for you because you're high vibe,
Hmm.
because you're working in the yummy feelings. You've taken responsibility for yourself
Hmm.
and everything in your life. Because you are working in the gratitude so much and actually feeling it, and you're working with the love and the compassion and ease and joy and calm, and
Hmm.
you just have this gentle energy.
Hmm.
Things like that will work for you. For the people who are depressed and they're shaming and blaming,
Hmm.
it takes a lot of effort to get off the couch and make dinner, let alone think that, oh, the world is going to come to me.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is if they can shift how they are feeling,
Hmm.
then there's more ease to the process. And then life happens for them, not to them.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I love that. I think that is an amazing. And I was wondering if you just have a few more questions I can ask you.
Okay, go ahead.
So right now, is there a book recommendation that you have for everyone?
Yes.
Ooh,
It's called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne.
yes.
And it's all about gratitude. She gives a lot of different ways to do gratitude. It's more than just, I am grateful for brown hair.
Yes.
I am grateful for sunshine that we don't have today.
But it's up there somewhere, so I'm grateful for you.
Yeah, yeah. But she gives a lot of different ways to do it. And you just experiment. That's what people don't realize. They think this is the way. It is a way. And try, play. If it works, great, keep doing it. If it doesn't work, go on to the next thing.
Yes. Oh, I love that. That's something else I was talking about yesterday with people, because working at a crystal shop, people that come in and want to work with crystals, oh, but how do I work with them? And I'm like, there's no right or wrong way. You have to find, what lights you up, what helps you work with them. I can tell you how I work with them, but it might not be your way of working with them. But try all the different ways. I can tell you all the different ways. Try them all. See which one aligns with you.
That's like E.E. Cummings is a great author. And he learned how to do it the right way. And then he chose to do it his way.
Yeah. Yes, yes. What advice could you give to our listeners on how to become their most authentic self?
Whoa. Start looking at things. And I like this. And then the opposite, I don't like. And do a lot of self-reflection, going back and forth, back and forth. Or I like this and I like this better. And what do I feel about it? And keep cluing into the feeling. And the feeling isn't a word. The feeling is not the word of I am sad or I am happy. How does your body know that you're sad or happy? Well, when I'm sad, my posture changes. It feels like my face falls.
Yes.
It's a whole body feeling of, which is different than when I'm happy. And it feels like bubbles coming up inside of me. And it's like, woohoo, woohoo. I'm so excited. Yes, yes, yes. Totally different feeling. And guess what? You get to choose. If you're feeling one thing and you don't like that, you can choose to feel something else.
Yes, yes. Okay, last and final question. Do you have a quote or a mantra that you live by right now? Or a saying?
Well, actually, what I did, and I was wondering why I printed this up. I do everything based on the body sensation. We want what we want for a feeling. You go to the movies because you want to be entertained. You go to the movies because you want to feel sad. You go to the movies because you want to feel a connection. You go to the movie, whatever. Life is a great big movie. So what is it that the feeling that you really want to have? So I came up with this. Full body tingles click into place as I soar and move with ease from creation to creation with fun, laughter, and play.
Yes, that is a good one.
And I'm starting to look at everything in my life. This is only like a week old that I came up with this. But I'm looking at everything and going, well, is that giving me this feeling? And if it's not, I'm reevaluating. Do I really need that in my life?
Yes. And I think that's hard for people too, is letting go of things.
Yeah.
We, as humans, have a big attachment to everything. Feelings.
Especially things that other people say we should have.
Yes. Yes. Get rid of should. Should is usually someone else.
Except that should comes from within also.
Mhm.
if we've adopted the beliefs of somebody else.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can say it's somebody else, but then that's blaming.
Got it. Yes.
So look, where have you agreed with it? And where have you aligned with it?
Yes. You have given me so much information today. I appreciate you beyond belief. Is there a way people can get in touch with you?
Yes. I have a website. It's either judithjoy.com or yeswithjoy.com. And you can go on there, find out about coaching and the books that I have. I've got lots of free blogs on there. I've got videos that you can go to. You can go to YouTube, and I've got a YouTube channel with micro mini workshops, which are basically 3 minutes. So
Mhm.
you can start with a moment of joy. And I'm like, I'm here to help you.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Perfect. I will also have the links down below. But thank you, Joy, or Judith. Sorry, you're Joy now. You're Joy. You are just
Perfectly
Joy
all
to
right.
me. But it fits you. It fits you so well. Well, thank you so much, Judith. I appreciate you so much for coming on here.
Thank you. Oh, look for me on social media too. I forgot that one.
Yes.